With temperatures in parts of the UK hitting a record-breaking 40.3 C yesterday, many desperate Brits are going to extreme lengths to keep cool. TikTok videos show users tying bags of ice to their electric fans to create homemade air conditioning, in the hope of blowing colder air around their homes. But users who try the supposed hack risk giving themselves an electric shock, according to the consumer safety charity Electrical Safety First, ESF. Having ice anywhere near any electric device risks water coming into contact with the motor, increasing the risk of electrocution. What's more, but experts have warned against a dangerous trend circulating on TikTok of attaching ice to the backs of fans to fight the heatwave. The excessive weight of the bag attached to the top of the fan will risk it falling over and damaging or obstructing the rotation of the blades. Water is notoriously an excellent conductor of electricity and so can deliver a potentially fatal electric shock upon contact. It's actually the impurities in the water such as minerals and dust which conduct electricity. Therefore, pure water, free of all salts, minerals and impurities, is not a good conductor of electricity. But you're unlikely to find pure water anywhere outside of a lab, so don't mix electricity and water. Source: USGS. Wind Services. ESF's warning comes after Brits had to endure the hottest day in recorded history on Tuesday, with temperatures pushing past 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius. Met Office registered a provisional reading of 40.3 degrees Celsius, 104.5 degrees Fahrenheit, at Coningsby in Lincolnshire at 3 p.m. on Tuesday, a record high. Videos on TikTok are encouraging sweltering Brits to practice unsafe hacks with their electric fans, said Giuseppe Capanna, product safety engineer at Electrical Safety First. Tying a bag of ice to a fan is very risky as it could destabilize the fan, which may make it fall over, causing the blades to hit the guard and put the motor under additional strain, as well as potentially breaking your fan altogether. However, most importantly, the water that melts from the bag has a chance of coming into contact with the motor and causing an electric shock risk to anyone touching the fan. Putting a bucket of ice in front of an electrical fan is already a tried and tested method of keeping cool. But the important thing is keeping it as far from the fan as possible, and not letting the two make contact.